Hi, I'm Klaus from Guitar Habits, and today I'm going to show you 3 blues chord progressions. A major, a minor, and a blues jazz. Okay, let's take a closer look. We start out with the major blues progression. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the top. Okay, you can also do a 6/8 feeling like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Also blues. Okay, we start out with the A dominant 7. You can also play an A dominant 7 like this, barré with an E-shaped chord without the forefinger, without the pinky. But this A dominant 7 chord sounds warmer, nicer. So start with your first finger on the low E string 5th fret. Your second finger on the D string 4th fret, and your third finger on the B string 5th fret, and your fourth finger on the G string 6th fret, like this. So you want to hear all the notes where your fingers are placed, and you don't want to hear the A string and the high E string. So you mute the A string with your first finger, and the high E string also, more like this. So you place your first finger like that, so you don't hear the A string and the high E string. Okay, you do that for 2 measures, and then we go to the D9. D9, first finger on the D string 4th fret, second finger on the A string 5th fret, third finger on the G string 5th fret, and the fourth finger on the B string 5th fret. Again, you only want to hit the notes where your fingers are placed. You don't want to hear the low E string, you don't want to hear the high E string. I mute the low E string with my second finger, so I lean it against that low E string, like that. And the high E string I mute it with my pinky, like that. So I flatten my pinky like that, or with my first finger. So that's D9. You play that for 2 measures, and we go back to A dominant 7. So practice that. A dominant 7, D9, and back to A dominant 7. And then we go to E9. It's the same as D9, but up a whole step. So first finger on the D string, 6th fret, second finger on the A string, 7th fret, third finger on the G string, 7th fret, and your fourth finger on the B string, 7th fret. Don't want to hear the low and high E string again. And we go back to A7. So now we have this A7. A7, E9, D9, and then A7, and then we go to A sharp diminished 7. Weird chord, sounds weird, but then you go to B minor 7 and it sounds alright. So A sharp diminished 7, first finger on the D string, 5th fret, second finger on the B string, 5th fret, third finger on the low E string, 6th fret, and your fourth finger on the G string, 6th fret. You only want to hear the notes where your fingers are placed. So you don't want to hear the A string, sorry, A string and the high E string. Those strings need to be muted. You can also play it like this, like a beret on the D, G and B string, and then your second finger on the low E string, 6th fret, and your third finger on the G string, 6th fret. Maybe it's easier. You don't want to hear the A and the high E. So now I'm muting the A string with my second finger by flattening the finger. So beret on the lower 4 strings, higher 4 strings, and then second finger low E string, 6th fret, third finger G string, 6th fret. I prefer this. It's what I'm used to. But a lot of guys and girls play it like this. And then we're going to B minor 7. You can play B minor 7 like this, like a beret on the 7th fret, and then your third finger on the A string, 9th fret. That's the traditional way of playing a B minor 7. Or you can play it like this. If you're used to it, if you practice this, it's easier and it's more fun to play. So second finger on the low E string, 7th fret, and your third finger on the D, G, B and high E string. So bar all those 4 strings. You don't want to hear the A string. Mute that with your second finger. B minor 7. And then finally to A7 sharp 9. Often referred to as the Jimi Hendrix chord. Second finger, first finger on the D string, first finger on the D string, 6th fret, second finger on the A string, 7th fret, third finger on the G string, 7th fret, and fourth finger on the B string, 8th fret. You don't want to hear the high E or the low E. If you want to, you can play the low E because it's in the chord, because it's an E7 sharp 9, so you can't play a low E string. But I don't. Okay, so I play it slowly from the top. A7. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the top. Okay.